The child is the very Son of God, the mother, immaculate, free of sin from the moment of her conception, full of grace. Joseph, a man of profound faith, who even listens to the Lord through his dreams. Quite a family. I recall a priest friend said one time, "I hope they don't ever expect us to live up to the three of them." I said, well, I don't think they expect us to quite live up that high, just to reach. And I think that's why we have this Feast of the Holy Family. You know, Christmas is about God coming to dwell in our midst with his love. I mean, it is. It's God's love for us. It's the feast of love in the Christian community. God so willing to extend himself to us that he sends his own Son, comes to live for us. And in the end, will do that on the cross for us out of love. It's pure love, pure self-giving, other-centered love. It's what God shares with us. And it's the call of God to each of us to live that kind of love. Not easy. We just finished 2 weekends of hearing confessions, and again, which I've heard for 40 years from people, how difficult it is to live in family life. Sometimes people will come to confession and they'll say, "Oh, Father, it's the same thing over and over. It's my husband, it's my wife, it's my children, it's, or other kinds of sins too." My response is always the same. Of course it is. Most sin in our lives is with the people with whom we spend the most time. We disobey our parents when we're growing up, husbands and wives. I've noticed that once in a while you guys have tiffs between you, times of not talking perhaps, times of sometimes outbursts in words, and same with our kids. Parental patience is certainly tried in child rearing. It is the place. It's also the first place that we're expected to live the Christian life. And it's actually intended to be the school where we learn the Christian life. We learn how to be patient, how to apply love. We learn how to obey, to listen to the wisdom of people older than us and in charge of us, as we're formed, hopefully, into someone who will turn out being a respected, respectful adult, and then the whole process will start over again. But it all begins in family. And if it's not in family, it's probably not going to be in the individuals who come out of that family. Most likely. It's the school of learning Christian love. How to do that, how to live it. It's where we learn no as well as yes. It's the place where the love of Christ is first expected to be lived. I think we get this feast of the Holy Family not because we're supposed to live exactly as, or be exactly Mary and Joseph or Jesus, but yes, try to rise to that level. But I think we have the Feast of the Holy Family to say to us, hey, we understand. It's sort of a divine, we understand what you go through. We know what this is. And that these three can pray for us and for our families. That little by little we can learn to love one another as the Lord loved us in the same way. A love that is self-forgetting and other-centered. The kind of love Jesus taught us all the way to the cross. It's a great challenge. It's a great challenge. Virtue has to be practiced in a school like that from the time we're little children. Believe me, we've all gone through it. Those of us who are older ought to remember. I can't remember quite back that far very clearly anymore, but we should remember that we too learned in a school like that at home. Don't have to repeat everything of our parents. Sometimes the lessons weren't the right lessons to learn. And maybe we make changes here and there. But you know what? Basically, it's the same thing. And it has been. Maybe we improve on it, I hope. Think about that this week and pray for your own family. First feast on a Sunday after the Feast of Christmas. And there's a good reason. The love's birth that we celebrated in Jesus must go home first before it goes out to the rest of the world.